Hey everyone, welcome back to Tom and Julie's podcast. It's good to see you guys, or at least to imagine seeing you guys. I don't get to see you, but I hope that your week is going really well. And I am just going to go ahead and pick up where I left off last time. I'm going through the Sermon on the Mount and what Jesus taught on prayer in the Sermon on the Mount. Just to give a little refresher, a couple podcasts ago, whenever that was, I went over the importance of coming to God as your Father who loves you, who deeply wants to give you what you need and won't withhold from you. And then last time I talked about the importance that Jesus placed on actually getting into the secret place, again, emphasizing with your Father, getting into that secret place, developing a personal history in prayer with the Lord, and then that is where all of the authority in prayer comes from in your life. And I'm going to be picking up again here, Matthew 6, verse 7 is where I'm at. And Jesus speaking again, he says, "And when you're praying, do not use meaningless repetitions as the Gentiles do, for they suppose that they will be heard for their many words. So don't be like them, for your Father knows what you need before you ask him." And then he says, "Pray then in this way." Okay, here's the model prayer. Our Father in heaven. So I'm going to stop there. We're going to go deeper into this model prayer as we go along. But I just wanted to point out that here Jesus, he's about to give them, okay, so you're looking for practicals, like not just theoretical ideas, but okay, really. The disciples are asking him, Jesus, just teach us how to pray. Just give us the words. And he wanted to preface it, he is going to give them a model prayer, but he wanted to preface it with a statement about how unimportant the words actually are. And so I find that funny. And so for me, a person who tends to stumble over my words quite a bit, it's like, I love that. Basically, when you're coming before your Father in heaven, again, he's emphasizing coming before your Father in heaven. When he says your Father, he already knows what you need before you ask him. So I mean, he's not really like, you don't have to get the request explained exactly right in order for him to get what you need. And he just wants to emphasize again, it's not really about the words. It's not about saying them a certain number of times. It's not about being eloquent. It's about getting into the secret place with your Father who's there. He already knows what you need and he's waiting for you. And it reminds me a lot of Romans, 8:26. I've been thinking about this verse. "In the same way, the Spirit, the Holy Spirit, also helps our weakness. For we don't know how to pray as we should, but the Spirit himself intercedes for us with groanings too deep for words." I love that. It's like the Holy Spirit, we have our Father. He's there in the secret place waiting to hear our voice. He already knows what we need. And then we have the Holy Spirit dwelling inside of us who is like there ready to help us pray for it. Like, it's pretty much like we can't lose. I mean, if we will just literally sit down and put the time aside to do it, we cannot lose. And so, you're so like taken care of in the place of prayer. He always moves through prayer and he always moves in response to prayer, but he so provides everything you need in prayer in order for you to get everything that you need. And again, I just want to emphasize here that he keeps emphasizing that relationship of the father to a child. You're his child. And, for those of you who have had children, if they came to you with a real genuine need and were earnest about it, if they didn't phrase it exactly right, you wouldn't be like, well, no, son, you're not getting dinner tonight because you were grammatically incorrect there, thank God, otherwise your child would never eat. So, you as a parent, you care so deeply for your child, you're not going to withhold something that they need because they didn't say it exactly right, and that's your Father in heaven. So, we're going to get more into the model prayer and some topics that Jesus hit, that he's like, here's topics you should really hit on a regular basis in prayer. When you're talking to the Lord, here's some suggested topics for prayer, which is really good for us. But I just he wanted to preface it, and so I want to preface it with the words themselves, not really that important. Relationship with your Father, really, that's the important thing. So that's it for this week. Bless you guys. Hope you're having a wonderful week.